Corporation. Who's here for Nebraska? You're the
Yes, sir.
attorney.
That's me.
You're the attorney for Netspend.
I'm not an attorney. I'm just a representative for Netspend.
All right. And Mr. Wertz, you're here. Can you have you unmute, Mr. Wertz? All right. Can both of you raise your right hand, please? Do each of you swear the testimony about to give in this cause be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right,
Yes.
Mr. Wertz, I'm going to let you testify first as to why you believe you're entitled to relief of $519. When you're done testifying, Mr. Carrasco will be able to testify. Go ahead, Mr. Wertz.
Okay, I've arranged some exhibits here. I originally didn't know if I was supposed to have eye surgery, so I narrated the exhibits in text files, but I will go ahead and narrate them myself now that I have my eyesight and everything. So first exhibit number 1-0, wherever they are. 1-1, 1-2, 1-3 are the charges as they appeared on the Netspend website. That's
Can you
all.
put that up? Can you pull it up, Rashay?
Yes, Your Honor, I can. One moment.
There are 2 charges from Walmart, and
Hang on a second, Mr. Wertz.
Okay.
I need to get
Okay.
these things pulled up.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. He has quite a bit, Your Honor, so give me 1 second.
Mr. Carrasco, do you have those exhibits?
I do not.
No, okay. Well,
Okay. I'm going to. This is the first one, Your Honor, but I'm going to start pulling up the other ones. So just a
All
heads
right.
up. Okay.
that's just my preface to the whole case.
Why don't you, before I get into your exhibits, why don't you tell me what this is about?
Okay, my a card that was reported lost or stolen about 1.9 years ago was used to make fraud. As soon as I put money on the card, about 3 days later, somebody used that card to make 3 purchases and drain my account to 0. Okay.
Now, this is a prepaid card?
This is a prepaid card, yes.
All right. So a little almost 2 years ago,
Yeah,
somebody
it is,
somebody accessed your account.
yes. I had been using a different card for the last almost 2 years, since September of 2022. I've been using another card since I reported that one lost stolen. I have not seen that card since. And
Well, did you report it stolen?
yes, I did. And they sent me a replacement card, and their logs even show that.
Did you report it stolen before or after the money was debited out?
Oh, way before. I reported it stolen on September 8th, 2022.
That's when you reported the card stolen?
Yeah, well, lost. It was more
lost.
lost than stolen. I think. Now I don't know.
Go ahead.
Okay, 2 are from Walmart. They made 2 large purchases at Walmart and then went across the street to Home Depot and got the last $27 or whatever that was.
Well, how much was on the card when it was lost?
And all of it, 500, the whole amount, 518. I don't know how they managed to spend, every last penny on with 3 transactions without having access to the account and knowing how much was on there. So,
Well, also you have a security code, don't you?
yeah, but you can run them as a credit card without any sort of verification. Walmart just said they don't even ask for a signature. They just Walmart, you just slide the card and boom, it's paid for.
What were the 3 items that were purchased?
I have no idea. I don't think Netspend knows either.
But you just know they're from Walmart?
I'm sorry.
You know they're from Walmart?
Yeah, there was 2 charges from Walmart. One was, I forget, let's see. Yeah, the first 2 charges were from Walmart, all but like $27. Was 2 purchases at Walmart and then $27 at Home Depot. And that was every last penny on the account. I don't know how they determined how much
Well,
was.
what were the charges made?
I'm sorry?
When were the charges made?
They were made on, well, they were posted on the 12th. They should be here. Posted on the 12th, so I assume, let's see.
The 12th of September
No, the January 13th. I
of
deposited money.
2023?
Yeah, no, 2024. This is just a few months
Oh,
ago.
just this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
I loaded money onto the card probably the 8th or the 9th. And
Well, hold it. I thought you got a new card.
yeah, I did. It's all my transactions are if you look at all my other transactions on my ledger from this, every other transaction that I'm not contesting was made with another card. This card just reappeared out of nowhere. Like after a year and what, 6 months or whatever, year and a half, and somebody started using it. I don't
You're
know.
saying stop. Are you telling me around January 13th of this year, 3 charges were made, adding up to $519, and they were debited off the new card?
No. The apparently NetSpend allows you to have several active cards at once. I don't know why. I didn't know this.
But you didn't transfer the money out of that.
No, all cards are linked to the same actual money pool. I have another card. They sent me another card yesterday for no reason, or last week. I don't know why. They just keep sending me cards. I have no idea what the hell they're doing. And that's linked to the account as soon as I activate it.
Well, let me ask Mr. Carrasco, I'm trying to get an understanding of this. Do you disagree that he reported the card lost or stolen in September of 2022?
Yeah, I disagree that it was not reported stolen. Not
At
until
all?
he disputed this claim at all. Not until he disputed these transactions, which triggered the block at that point on that card.
Well, the exhibit.
And as a matter, I'm
Do
sorry.
you have any verification?
Yes, and I was just about to get to that. I did provide some documents to the courts. So there's multiple documents. One of them is the notes for the account. So if you go to the date that he mentions on, it was actually September 7th, I believe, of 2022. There is no mention of him wanting to close that card out or report it lost or stolen. There is mention of him ordering a new card.
If we look at exhibit 6-6, we will see that I initiated a lost stolen card report on the, was it online or was it on the phone? I think it was on the phone. And I was then transferred to looks like I was transferred to an agent who finished it up and ordered me a new card. Exhibit 6-6. It's their own logs that they provided me.
Your Honor,
There?
which exhibit do you want to see?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
sorry?
sir, I can hear you. I think it's froze.
Yeah, I got it.
Did you want to see
So
the
let me
defendant's exhibit or the plaintiff?
clarification. Go ahead and give me the plaintiff's. How much can you put on the screen? And how difficult is it?
I have a lot of them pulled up, Your Honor. So this is exhibit 6 of 6.
Oh boy, yeah, I need yeah.
Can
Here
you
on the
see?
right side of the screen, we see the card numbers that are being used. And this is the card that the fraudulent charges were made, 6364. Looks like the last time I had the card on 9/3/2022 because I had the full number of the card. But that's the last we ever hear of that card and any other for the rest of the NetSpend account life. You'll see on the next page of the exhibit that I switch to a new card next time I use it. Next time I start using the card.
Judge Marson, you're on mute.
Sorry, let me ask Carrasco, did you issue a new card to him? And when, if you did?
I believe there was a new card issued, but as far as blocking the card, if he did not mention that to customer service, they're not going to block it.
When
And,
was the new card?
according-
When was the new card issued to him?
Let me look
That
back
was-
at my records
it
here.
was, I can tell you it was issued during that 9/7 phone call on the next page. I think it's 9/7.
Let me see what Carrasco's
Yes,
records look
that
like.
was on 9/7. Yes,
Of 2022.
yes, and it was card ending in 1861, which was activated on June 7th of 2023.
So the way these cards work, you pump money into the account.
So there's multiple ways you can add funds to the account. You can do it direct deposit, or you can do a cash load. And yeah, or so you can basically go to like an Ace location or 7-Eleven or HEB and load cash to it. Or if you have government benefits, they can direct deposit to your account.
So he got a new card on September 7th. What purpose would somebody have for getting a new card, and how do you associate?
Exactly.
Mr. Wirtz, don't talk, please.
Okay, I'm sorry.
There's multiple
Well,
reasons.
let me finish my question, Carrasco.
I'm sorry.
So now he's got 2 cards out, and so are you attributing 3 cards, whatever? Are you so? And he's got a total of $519 in an account. Does that $519 get attributed to all 3 cards, no matter how they're used?
Correct. As long as it's linked to the account, whatever funds are on that account can be used on any of those cards.
Why would you link? Why? I mean, what purpose would there be to have multiple cards to link one amount of monies in there?
Honestly, that's a good question. A lot of our cardholders have multiple cards on their account for whatever reason, which I cannot
But it all
explain.
goes to one. It all goes to one unified pile of money.
Yes, if they want to link it to that one account. Like I said, a lot of our cardholders have multiple cards for one account, or they have multiple accounts. You can buy our cards at HEB, Ace, 7-Eleven, Walgreens, and activate the cards there.
So if he's saying that he notified that the card was lost or stolen. And you're saying you have no notes in your file to that effect. Is that correct?
No, there's
Okay,
no notes,
well-
and as a matter of fact, that information is provided as well, and you can see that for yourself.
Okay, so well, I need to see that document, but
We have-
It's notes for account, and you can go to the date. That's
all right.
when
So
that card was ordered.
my question is, if he had told the person who took the phone call on this thing that my card is lost or stolen, I need another card. If he had said that, would they have closed down that number?
Yes. They would have blocked it right there and immediately.
Okay, go ahead and pull up that, Boucher, please.
Okay,
I would like to submit, since I was presenting my case, please look at Exhibit 6-7, where I initiated a lost stolen card. They have the subroutines that I used, that I transmitted to them. I forget whether it's.
All right, let me take a 6-7.
Yeah, 6-7.
hold on, Your Honor, I'm trying to find my screen here.
I know, Boucher, you're all over the place. I'm putting you all over the place.
Okay, so the first one is the defendant's exhibit, because this is the one I had up. If y'all can see.
I gotta see that. What is this?
Yeah, but I need to go because that only goes to 8/20/22.
That should display the whole life of the account from start up until I documented this.
Can you arrow down on that,
No,
Boucher?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Is that the totality of that document?
No, it looks like it's 5 pages.
Can you go to the next page?
I believe it's going to be on page 2 and 3.
2 and 3. Okay, so this is
At
page
the bottom
2
of
at
2
the
and
bottom.
the top of 3.
Okay, let's see. So it says concern CCI direct deposit missing. Go to the next page, Boucher, please.
Okay.
It's no. Oh,
All right, let's go to Mr. Carrasco's exhibit. What's your exhibit, Mr. Carrasco?
that is Carrasco.
I mean, Mr.
Yes.
Wirtz.
Okay.
Mr. Ward, what was the?
These aren't in
exhibit?
order at all.
I think, did you say 6.7 or 6-7?
Yeah, 6-7, I believe.
Okay,
Let me make
let
sure.
me, hold on one second. It won't let me. Let me stop this one real quick.
It is, yeah, it is. Yes, 6-7. I've finger painted on this one a little bit.
Sorry, it's slow right now. Give me 1 second.
All right.
Okay, there we go. Let me,
Everybody's having trouble with it.
yeah, okay, let's try this. Can y'all see that?
Yeah, that's it.
What am I looking at? Words?
Okay, well, a bunch of finger paints. Okay, we look down at the dates here. 9/3 was the last time I dealt with that last card. Then we switched to 9/7. This is where I started something. I selected the card 6364 on the right-hand column, and then looked down about 2/3, 3/4 of the way down the page. The subroutine's called. It looks like I was on the phone doing this. Lost stolen card. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 lost stolen. I was obviously had the intent.
Well, where's that? Is it that? This is your own recordation?
No, this is theirs. They sent me this.
Okay, so tell me where looking at.
Look down the second column. Lost stolen. About 3/4 of the way down. The first.
Oh, I see.
The first block. And the smaller block inside there. And it looks like I transferred it to the agent to finish it off.
But he must have never mentioned it to the agent because it was never recorded.
No, I did. Okay, I have an email.
Well, who generated this report?
This is from our disputes team. This is what they provided to him. That he requested documents as far as the investigation as to what led to his denial for his claim, and this is what they provided to him to show.
Well, I understand that, but I'm assuming this stuff is entered contemporaneously when it happens, and not done 2 years later. It's got menu lost stolen requested 9/7/2022. What would that, Mr. Carrasco? What would that indicate to you?
Well, like I said, he didn't mention it to the customer service agent. So
how did
once
he get
gets
in there?
transferred, he called. He calls in.
How did he get into that chart?
Well, yeah, he entered it, but he still has to mention it to the cardholder the customer service agent in order for them to block the card. If it's not mentioned, how would they know to block it?
Well,
and as going back to your statement about someone having multiple cards, he had multiple cards. Before he had this card, he had already had another card activated, and it's still active to this day. And I can show proof of that as well right now. If you pull up the document called debit card detail, it gives the dates when those cards are activated and when they're reported lost or stolen.
So are you saying on this document that I'm looking at right now, tell me what that is, who generates it?
Our disputes department. They're the ones who handled his claim and provided this documentation to him.
Somebody from your disputes department entered that in on September 7th, correct?
No, I'm sorry. This is all captured. So like what you're seeing there, like every little line, that's all captured when someone calls in into our automated system and they enter a number depend on what they're looking for. So every activity is recorded. So we have a query we can pull for everything of the life of that account that he's done.
So did some bot take down that as lost stolen requested?
These are it's captured in our system. So when he calls in, like I said, like say for instance you want the disputes department, push 3, it's going to log it right there.
All right. I've heard enough on this thing. Mr. Wirtz, I do fine for you on this for $519.
You haven't heard the whole dispute yet as to what led.
Well, I thought I had. I'm sorry.
I would love to.
No, I apologize. I thought we'd gone through the whole thing. What do you want?
So going back to all this information, the reason what led to this denial was his conflicting information. So, which I have his letter of dispute that he provided to us.
I thought I was presenting.
Mr. Wirtz, stop talking.
I thought, okay.
So if you pull up his letter of dispute that I provided, there's one on 114. This is what it provided to us when.
And I apologize, Mr. Crosby. I thought we were done. That's my bad.
There's a lot more information to prove otherwise that he did perform these transactions and still had this card.
Hold on 1 second. You said the dispute letter?
Yes, it's called LOD.
Okay, I think we labeled it then dispute. Okay, let me find my share button here.
And it should be, this is an email from Mr. Wirtz
Yes, yes.
sent
I
to
have
us
it
on
exhibit-
Oh,
January
not this
14th.
one. Oh, not this one?
No,
Exhibit 2-1 in my files. Or
Mr.
no,
Carrasco, Mr. Wirtz, let
Oh.
Mr. Carrasco lead this thing.
Mr. Garza, is it 2924 or is it 11424?
11424.
Okay, that one should be appearing. Hold on, can y'all see this? Can y'all see a subject?
Yeah.
looks like it.
Okay,
Well,
I'm trying to zoom it in. Can y'all see
That's
that?
good. That's good. That's good.
Okay, sorry, it's doing
Yeah.
its own thing right now.
Yeah,
It's zooming in too much. Hold on. It's
Okay. I guess you need to arrow down so I can read it.
sorry,
So
I'm trying to. There we go.
So the first paragraph, I'm going to go through several details here. What led to his denial
All right.
and why we worked the way we did. So what it says here, word for word, I suspect that this card that I may have ordered as part of a new HEB prepaid program, but never received or never activated, or a previous card that has been deactivated when I was sent a new card. In either case, the card was never received, activated, or should have been deactivated. There's two different scenarios here as to what he's providing to us. You either had the card and remember having it and lost or stole it, or you never received it. So it's one or the other, not both. So we worked it accordingly to, well, if you don't remember having this card, we're going to show and provide to you the information.
Which
that
card are we
we have here.
talking about?
The card ending in 6364.
Is that
Which
the one
is
that
the
was
card-
that on 9/7 that he said was lost or stolen?
This is the card he's saying that was supposedly lost or stolen, which it was
Okay,
never
so
lost
let's
or
go through
stolen.
this. Let's go through this slowly.
Yeah.
Okay,
I suspect.
this is from Wirtz. I see now the dispute transactions were made with a card that ends in 6364. I may have ordered as part of a new HEB prepaid program.
Let me know when I can speak.
Yeah, I will. So 5817, Mr. Crosco, is a replacement card?
That was a card he had before 6364, which is still active to this day. So that was referring that earlier as to when you made a statement, why would someone have multiple cards? That would be a good answer for him.
Why do you have multiple cards?
I asked for a new card. I asked for a new card once when I had my name as Esteban Wirtz, as the Mexican, since I was in the construction trade for professional reasons. I used my Esteban name on there. But then later I asked them to replace the card with one with my name on it. And apparently I started using whenever the account was dormant for about a year. And whenever I put money back onto it, looks like I'm guessing I used the card that says Esteban Wirtz on it. That must be, yeah, it is. It is. I didn't even notice that until now. This one says Esteban Wirtz on it, and I had them change the name to my real given name, American Steven.
Which he never deactivated and is still active to this
No,
day.
let's say, yeah, those two cards are not in question.
So Carrasco, do your records show what was purchased at Walmart?
No, it just gives us the location, which brings up another something I want to bring up as well. If you bring up the account history document, this shows up everything that was ever purchased on his account, as far as with the merchants that were where he made purchases at. The 3 transactions he disputed, he visits these locations.
Yep.
He's had several purchases at these locations in the past. So this
To
us
same
is another
Walmart,
reason.
same Walmart location.
Same Walmart and same Home Depot, which I have those highlighted on that document too. So the green is a previous transaction he's never disputed at that same Walmart location he disputed. And there's several others if you scroll down.
Different card.
So for someone, if someone were to pick this card up that was, supposedly lost or stolen, they're not going to shop at the exact same locations as where this card holder shops at, or where he would shop at.
Why
For the
not?
most part, they're going to empty the account out at an ATM and move on. And we see
They don't
this
have the
every
pin, though.
day, time and time again.
They don't have the pin.
So Wirtz, you're saying that that somebody used your card is what you're claiming, and that they emptied it out exactly the amount that you had in there. Is that correct?
Yes.
The exact locations.
At the
Yes,
exact
and I admit,
location.
I even mentioned that I do shop at those places in one of the exhibits.
So Carrasco, if he charged more than was in the account, would it just get rejected by Walmart?
Depends on how much he's over. In this case, the exact amount that was spent is $518.02.
But if it was,
and I believe on that document, it should show what the amount was. If you go down to when the purchases were made down towards the bottom on the account history, it should show what was left in the account after those purchases.
Yeah, 0.
There was an actual credit back for $12.07 from one of those Walmart locations that he supposedly disputed, which would mean the card would need to be present for that as well.
But that's not the card that I use.
well, was $12 recredited back into the account?
Yes, and I can prove that credit was used for that card too. There's another document that shows that as well.
Yeah.
And that was dumped out exactly that amount?
But
I'm sorry, which amount?
The $12?
The $12.07 was a refund for one of the purchases at Walmart. It wasn't the full amount. It must have been an item or two that was refunded back or returned.
Mr. Wirtz, what do you have to say otherwise?
okay, I want to go back to that paragraph we're scrutinizing. Okay, the sentence that begins with "I suspect." Okay, now here I am obviously to anybody who writes English or practice the English language. I am offering several scenarios that I think would probably explain why that card was used. Okay, the first 10, because I did have an HEB card that I never activated. I thought that may have been the card. I had no recollection of any card using any card that ended with 6364. I even checked my Amazon, all the cards stored at Amazon, and they did not have the card ending in 6364. So I figured maybe it's a card that I never received and somebody got it out of the mail and somehow activated it. Or same sentence, I state, or this was a card that was never deactivated when I reported it lost, stolen, and was sent a replacement card. Okay, it turns out they read the first half of the sentence and they used that to deny the claim. Right there, they read the first half of the sentence that, oh, that's it. But the second half of the sentence mentions the exact, offers another scenario that indeed turns out to be correct.
How do you explain
that? It's one or the other.
Well, what I find curious is how do you explain that whoever withdrew exactly the amount that was in the account?
I would explain that as
I'm asking words.
I'm sorry.
Is that just pure happenstance? Is that just pure coincidence?
No, I think there are several. I have gone to a couple retailers. There's only a small handful where they are somehow able, when the whole amount is not approved, they are somehow able to query and charge whatever is left on the account. And I bet you Home Depot is probably one of those. I know it's happened at, I can't remember the retailers it happens at, but then they offered me the chance to pay the rest with cash or another card. But if I'm short $1 or $2, whatever, if I thought there was more money to cover and I run it, it will take every last cent out of there. And
do you know if a vendor can do that, Mr. Carrasco?
If he were to try to spend more what was on the account, it would get denied. There would be
my question is,
which I don't.
My question is, are there circumstances when a vendor can find out how much is in the account?
No, there's no way for them to find out.
There are vendors that will. I don't know. There's something you can send with the transaction saying, take whatever is left and let them.
All right. Listen, Carrasco, I apologize for not listening to your whole case. I am reversing myself. I'm finding take nothing by plaintiff.
Wait a sec. Wait. No.
I'm done. I'm done.
You
can appeal. You can appeal my decision.
Look at the reason. Look at the wording of that sentence.
You can appeal that. You can appeal my decision.
I will.
All right. We're concluded.
Yep. Whatever.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.